survivors as possible. I've marked the locations of the shelter on your map. Head over to the shelter so we can see what's happened.
You met Captain Clark?
She came to thank me. Thank us for saving her life.
Just like in your fanfic.
She must never see that.
I understand.
Never.
I would never fix this.
I will haunt your family for generations.
I promise I won't.
Your great-great-grandchildren will cry out, "Who is she and why won't she leave us alone?"
Okay, look. Ray saves the VSS Gallant. And delete.
Burn any copies, salt the earth, then burn down the earth! Commander, Locke is off-site and his SOS beacon is active. We need to find him before something happens. I've made some missing posters.
Post-apocalyptic storm ninja.
You're about to see the latest trend in survivor search and rescue. This far out in the storm, handmade shelters just won't cut it. That's where survivor shelters come in. We deploy the shelters to high-danger storm systems. Survivors activate the shelter and wait for rescue. Unfortunately, they're easy to damage when the shield isn't in use. We'll need to go repair a survivor shelter. We need to get these shelters re-established so we can rescue as many survivors as possible. I've marked the locations of the shelter on your map. Head over to the shelter so we can see what's happened.
What are we doing?
Tracking down seasons of Beyond the Stellar Horizon.
Whoa, I'm down for Horizonathon any day of the week, but how's this an emergency?
I met Captain Clark, the real Captain Clark. She's here, and I met her. Give me episodes!
You met Captain Clark?
She came to thank me. Thank us for saving her life.
Just like in your fanfic.
She must never see that.
I understand.
Never.
I would never fix this.
I will haunt your family for generations.
I promise I won't.
Your great-great-grandchildren will cry out, "Who is she and why won't she leave us alone?"
Okay, look. Ray saves the VSS Gallant. And delete.
Burn any copies, salt the earth, then burn down the earth! Commander, Locke is off-site and his SOS beacon is active. We need to find him before something happens. I've made some missing posters. Everyone split up and spread the word. Okay, Locke, buddy. I know you're lost. Yes, thank you, Pop. And scared. And sobbing inconsolably. Are you trying to make me feel guilty? Do you consider that part of your job? You're doing well, and I'll make a note of that at review time.
Ew, season 9.
Was that the one with all the Eddie episodes? What was up with that?
The actors went on strike, but since Admiral Eddie was an actual robot, he could still work. Honestly, they should have paused production. Listen to the episode titles. Eddie stays the course. Eddie steers the ship. Eddie stays the course part 2.
Eddie episodes were the worst.
I bet he got a lot of angry fan letters.
He got one from me. I'm not proud of it.
We've got an APB on a fugitive from Snack Time. The suspect appears to be a bot male, age 7, 12 inches tall, and is a known optimist. May or may not be equipped with a rich, sonorous voice. If you encounter this individual, contact home base immediately. Or just, pick him up and bring him home. He's probably all tuckered out.
Recruits! We got ourselves a Vindertech seismological welding unit stranded behind enemy lines. I suggest you kiss your loved ones goodbye and make your peace with your creator. And Private Jeffords, I suppose you should use that time to listen to a good science-based podcast about stars. Point is, few, if any of us, will make it through this mission alive.
Wait, what? Why?
I was given 5 minutes to draw up a plan of attack.
You can have the amount of time it takes to come up with a plan that doesn't kill everyone.
But everyone's already off kissing their loved ones.
That's awesome. Don't kill them. You'll come back now if you know what's good for you. I agree with the content of what you're saying, but maybe not the tone. I like the tone. Noted.
So, when's the Horizon binge begin?
I was thinking you could throw one of your legendary Dennis film festivals.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
I'll clear it with Captain Clark first to make sure it won't be weird for her. It'll be a cool, casual conversation. I'll use words.
It's not that. Home base hates the show.
Hey, Lockhun, if you ran away, that's all right. You can come home at any time. No one's gonna be mad, okay?
I will. We're risking human lives to find a thing. And now that I think of it, what kind of psychopath would create a child robot for a war zone? Dr. Vinderman was a genius. But, yeah, building a child robot for the apocalypse was a weird, possibly cruel move.
He's not a child robot, he's a learning AI.
He is?
Yes, don't you listen to him?
I'm the one who buys them voice packs, so yeah. It's just, he says so many words. And sometimes just the same word. One day he just said the word grape. Just all day.
He's finding his way in the world. That's no easy task these days. Just needs love.
Pop, if you're listening, this is some A-level making me feel guilty. You might want to take notes. I think the flyers are working. We have reports Locke is nearby.
Ray?
Did you find Locke?
The Home Base Defense Department regrets to inform you that we have found your bot.
That's great news! Why are you being so stiff and formal?
Locke was found unresponsive. Possibly face down, but it is hard to tell. In a puddle. He's been rushed to Blackwell Memorial, but it doesn't look good. I'm sorry.
What?
You should come see him as soon as you can.
Commander, can you take over, please?
We've got it covered. Go see Locke.
Let's keep the train moving. Now's not the time to give up.
I'm sorry. I'm still trying to understand how Home Base could hate the greatest show ever made.
Well, it's not the show, it's what it represents.
Do they hate the idea that humanity will rise above petty squabbles and join forces in a selfless pursuit of adventure?
Okay, so when I watched it as a kid, I was like, whoa, that's not gonna happen in my lifetime. But now it's like, that's not going to happen ever. It's kinda hard to dream big these days.
Are things that bad at home base? Are people really that down?
I mean, yes. You know, they make plans to meet with friends a few weeks out, but never more than that. You sometimes hear next month, but you're never gonna hear next year.
There will be a next year. There will be a next decade. There will be a space fleet, and I will get that husk!
You don't have to convince me.
Serious?
Good. You've reached the shelter. Use the terminal to run diagnostics to see what's wrong. This shelter has been damaged pretty severely. Looks like the life support modules have all been stolen. These modules inflate and shield the shelter. The modules have to be around here somewhere. Search the zone and return the missing parts. Survivor shelters are built by a fleet of construction bots. If the bots are attacked, they enter stealth mode and power down. To repair the shelter, we'll need to reactivate all of the construction bots. Unfortunately, their stealth mode is really effective. You're gonna need some help finding those missing construction bots. Let me see if I can send some help. It might take a few minutes. There's an incoming wave detected. We have some time before they arrive. You can search for missing parts now, or reinforce the shelter. His location on the map. C-Bot only has a limited amount of energy. If you don't activate its scanner, it will have to return to recharge. Locate the missing construction bots. Protect C-Bot while he scans the area. C-Bot scan is ready to be activated. Defend C-Bot while scanning.
Quiet, please. I am seeing.
Soft spot!